10 seconds remaining.
Hello everybody, this is Purge, bringing you guys another replay commentary. This is from a game that I played last night. I was kind of bored at some point, and I decided to play in some IXDL-Open. I hadn't played in IXDL before. I've been vouched for the North American League in the past, but I decided I didn't play it until now. But apparently over time you get unvouched, so I played in the Open one. And I had some interesting experiences, mostly revolving around a lot of learning. There was honestly a lot of learning and a lot of rage. It was like a mix of both, kind of a weird experience. But this game I was playing against Aosin. That's not actually Liquid TC. It's some other guy that for some reason is the name TC. And you may have seen me play with Mind bogglingly before. He's on my team. This game, his name is Mind. But basically, the experience was pretty good. I learned a lot about tri-laning and ganking, and I think I'm going to start playing a lot more IXDL. I got vouched for the Invite League earlier this morning, so I should be okay, with less rage, that is. I know I'm not one of the best players there at all. I'm probably one of the worst players, but it should be pretty fun, and I'll learn a lot, I'm sure. So I kind of fiended it last night, actually. I started at like midnight, and I played till like 5 AM, and I like couldn't stop. I was like, just wanted to keep playing. So I haven't had that feeling in a while for Dota, so hopefully it keeps up, and I'll want to just like play crap loads of in-house stuff. So anyways, one of the other really nice things is that you end up playing only good heroes, and you only play against good heroes the whole time because people pick them. Slardar obviously is a weird case, but he's actually pretty good against Alchemist because Alchemist's armor is pretty low. So was kind of a fun game. Anyways, what else can I point? Oh yeah, the reason it's kind of frustrating sometimes is because some of the players really shouldn't be playing scrims yet. The skill level is largely okay. It's not as good as my matchmaking bracket usually. Like the average skill is, it has the potential for the lows being lower than that easily. But largely, it's pretty useful to learn. It's a lot of rage sometimes. Some of the people are really adamant that they know what they're talking about, that they're smart, but some of the times, like I made a stat. I made up a stat. It's like 40% of the people don't have efficient item or skill builds, which I feel like I saw quite a bit. Like for example, I played with the Naga Siren, who ended up getting like 3 levels of net with 1 mirror image and 1 Riptide, when really you should do like 2 net, 2 Riptide, and then like max Riptide and get your. Oops, yeah, we gotta slow this down. Sorry. I was on 4 times speed during the drafting just to like get along a little faster. Anyways, I'm playing Visage. I didn't really like preface that at all here, but anyways, it's kind of frustrating to play, and I'm sure I'll point out a lot of those mistakes that my allies make this game. I think this might be the game actually where the Naga went net. I'm not quite sure, but should be a pretty fun game. Anyways, I believe I haven't made a Visage game in forever, like a really long time. But I played I think the first 5 matches that I played in the IXDL, except for the first match. The first match I played Lifestealer. Every other match that I played for the first 6, so the second through 6 matches, it was all Visage, because nobody wanted to play Visage, because understandably he's not the easiest hero to play. The micro is a little high, and for the average pub player, that's not a hero that they're capable of playing. So I would always wait to pick last, because I feel like I can play everything reasonably okay, as long as it isn't like Shadow Fiend or Pudge or something. So there we go. I played a lot of Visage games and got a lot of experience in. So this is a pretty common starting item build. They are aggressively tri-laning. Pretty much almost every IXDL game that I played was aggressive tri-lanes, like tri-lane versus tri-lane, which is good for learning purposes. I don't think it's smart to draft that way because the skill level is not quite high enough, I think, but it's very good for learning purposes, and I learned a lot from playing these games. But I really like this starting item build. I think I talked about this yesterday when I recorded another scrim video, but one support should buy the Courier and the Obs, which is what Naga did, and I purchased the Smoke of Deceit and the Sentry Ward. You could maybe skip the Smoke because we're expecting a tri-lane versus tri-lane, which means that it's unlikely that there will be time for us to leave the lane as supports to go get the mid lane, which is normally where the Smoke is used. He should be placing the wards right now, by the way. It's honestly ridiculous that he hasn't put anything down yet. He could put one down here, he could put one down over here. You like literally need to get off your butt and like go place wards really fast. So we're gonna go see if the pull is blocked. As you can see, there's a sentry in the way, so I will counter ward that really quick. Placing a sentry there gives you a pretty good vantage point of all the ward possibilities, and then we will be able to kill the sentry before the minute spot, and it will respawn. So this is gonna be all good. I assume they've placed their wards down. We haven't quite yet. We're kind of just zoning them out for now. It's a Slardar versus an Alchemist. Did they? Oh yeah, it looks like their pull did go through. I think in the future, after playing a couple games last night, I'm going to start blocking this camp when I'm in a safe tri-lane versus their aggressive, because this is the only camp that they can pull, and it's pretty easy for them to pull it. So I think if we can prevent this pull from going through, it would be very useful. So obviously it did kind of help us out in this case because we were able to get the last hits, but It also pulled the wave here under their tower, which allowed them to get CS for a while, so we just had to make sure that we were able to get the CS. I was kind of going for last hits here, but it's basically because I wasn't entirely sure if the Alchemist was going to get them. And not necessarily to his fault, but as you guys just saw from the Caudal Blast, it's pretty important if your opponents steal the last hits, especially if their creeps die to a neutral, then nobody gets experience, and it's a really big loss. So that's why I usually go for last hits there. In most cases, Visage with Grave Chill is the best ability to pick up, especially when your team is lacking some disable lead up. So for example, if I have a Naga Siren and an Alchemist in the lane, the only person that can set this up is hypothetically Naga with a net, but since we're all level 1 and Nagas should get Riptide, and you should always get Riptide on Nagas, but EGM told us, then you need something to set up and get some disable so that they're in an okay position when the Alchemist stun finally lands. So Grave Chill is what we're going for. We're going to do a stack pull here as Naga hopefully will cover. I think actually we should have Naga pulling, and then I should do the harassing and covering, because Naga obviously can pick up level 2. I mean, I guess we're both really good at level 2, but I can actually contest the lane and deny, whereas the Naga can basically just stand there and do nothing else. So I think I definitely should have. I accidentally Grave Chilled a creep. That was really awesome. I was pretty happy with that one. Probably one of the best plays I've ever made. I saw the Slardar was out of position. He was a little bit too close under the tower, so I went to Grave Chill. Whatever, no big loss. Another really good thing about picking up Grave Chill at level 1 is if there's a long, prolonged team fight, you can Grave Chill multiple times, whereas if you have Soul Assumption, you have to Soul Assumption, immediately pop a Clarity, and then you can get a second Soul Assumption off later. But it's basically not very useful. And again, they're going to end up doing a pull. So I ended up placing the Sentry Ward down because this area, pretty much just like a box that's about here, it does end up blocking the camp. So I dropped the Sentry, not only because I wanted to block the camp. I got way too close before I Grave Chilled there. That was really scary.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This does not look like... maybe we can get the kill. I was too aggressive to eat this Anchor Smash here. This looked pretty scary. I was able to pick up the Caudal kill. I decided to slow the Slardar just in case he actually had another stun. I wasn't sure if he did. I'm gonna check. He actually did not, so I could have done the Tidal Turtle, but a little bit of fighting there. Ended up getting a kill. Kind of cost us a lot, but it worked out in the end. Still have one more tango left over here. We decided we wanted to go on the Slardar again. Riptide's really good with Alchemist, though. I think we all got hit with the, yeah, we all got nailed here. I should have Grave Chilled the Caudal, I think. Yeah, but basically the Anchor Smash hit all three of us, and we were unable to do the right click to kill him. Alchemist and Naga Siren, since our melee heroes are a bit limited, so definitely hurt a bit. TP back to the lane. This is honestly kind of how every single IXDL game that I played is. You end up just like constantly team fighting and stuff because everybody's a little bad, so it's just like a lot of mistakes. It's kind of funny. So we got 2 levels of Soul Assumption now.
Not for you.
It is kind of fun to try lane though. I mean, it doesn't. I shouldn't have taken that last hit. I don't know why I did, but it's pretty fun to try lane. That was like a shame run back to tower. I was like, oh god, I can't believe I just did that. Always pick up a magic stick pretty early on in your tri lane. One important thing about Visage, by the way, is that he is really good in a tri lane. He's one of the best tri lane supports in the game. Grave Chill's a pretty good disable, and most importantly, Soul Assumptions are really big damage. Nuke at a solid range. It costs a lot of mana, of course, but it's really all about being able to contribute, and he can very much contribute. So picking up a magic stick early on, especially if you have just over 200 gold and the lane is breaking about even, I think it's really helpful, especially if you're going to have mana problems. So for now, I'm just going to continue harassing, because I can. The Slardar actually has no regen items, and I noticed this, so that means that every attack that I put in now is going to be some damage when the actual teamfight / gank actually ends up happening. So it's really useful for me to throw in some free hits. We probably should have started pulling. I left I went to go stack now, but if I would have left a couple seconds earlier, I would have been able to make it in time. But I don't think I'm going to be able to make this one, because I'm going to be about like 3 seconds late, I think. Yeah, 4 seconds late, pretty late. 4 or 5 seconds late. So the stack shouldn't go through, and it doesn't, because I was a bit late. Pretty big mistake for me there, but getting the stack off and then continuing the pulling would have been really nice, just because obviously their positioning is okay, and it puts them in a pretty safe spot. If we could have pulled, at least we could have team fought away from their tower, and we would have had a better chance of winning the lane. So I'll pull this one out here. Looks like Aosin was able to score a kill on our mid. I know for a fact that Mind was having a lot of lag problems during this game, so he's excused for for not performing as well, I guess. I really wanted to pull this, but then I saw the tide was coming, so had to back off, unfortunately. So instead we do a single pull, we get a little bit less EXP and whatever. We could see, oh yeah, Tidehunter was over here. I figured he was putting a ward down. Seemed pretty obvious, but we're actually out of sentries, so this does not look good. I was able to Grave Shield slow him. I probably shouldn't have stopped there. I should have waited till he got closer before I decided to soul assumption that one. So that was a moderate mistake for me again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Of course, I will TP back in the lane. We're able to pick up the kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I have a level of Gravekeeper's Cloak right now. It's pretty nice for early laning.
Dire's bottom tower
Some of
is
the other
under
games I
attack.
played, I would go for more of like a max Grave Shield, max Soul Assumption build. But I think getting at least some levels of Gravekeeper's Cloak is required. I was still having a lot of squishiness issues, so you can also pull this large camp as well. It's not just the Radiant side that has that option. So just pulling 3 creeps over here is nice. It'll bring our creep equilibrium back in our favor, especially if some of these creeps die. They probably won't, but it'll be nice if it does happen. And apparently somebody gave me an observer word. Yeah, this is the Nagas. Not really sure what for. I would like to actually have this in the lane, either placed over here to get vision of their tower and where they're running through, or probably somewhere over there would be best actually. Yeah, for sure. And he missed a lot of last hits. I'm gonna run away because I don't like dying. I'm still actually really slow, so it doesn't look good for me.
I came a long way. Cast upon the tides.
Where's your abyssal guard now, Tidehunter?
Really his disable miss. TP back again.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Accidentally picked up Brave Chill here. I really should have nuked that earlier. I was trying so hard to nuke it. God, that was so frustrating. Anyways, I got boots now. That's pretty cool. I was considering running back to base. And they put a ward down. So that was rough. I really should have killed the Weaver though when he was running under tower. But the problem was I leveled up like while he ran past. So then my reaction time was late. And I tried to put a 3rd level into Soul Assumption, but I did Grave Chill instead. So that also sucked. It's pretty good Ravage. Do still get a kill though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't think I did not actually have a TP scroll money, so run back to lane slowly. It's a good stun.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Let the sharks.
It was really close.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And he just got nuked. It's pretty funny. So when you actually do get the lane to yourself as a support, it's pretty important that you get the last hits. This is very precious gold. And for now, I'll just pick up some soul EXP. It's not too bad as a Visage to do this, because getting level 6 is really useful for your hero, because you get access to the bats. I guess I should probably talk about some of my
Dire's
skills,
bottom tower
since
is
I haven't
under
made a video
attack.
about Visage in a really long time, but Grave Shield just slows movement speed, gives me an attack speed, it does an attack speed drain as well, it's a pretty big one, 64% here, lasts for a duration and it costs more mana as I leveled it up. So it's pretty good, but it's not really worth leveling up multiple times early game. You're generally better off maxing out Soul Assumption, because the mana cost goes down and the damage threshold goes up. So if you don't know how this works, there's these bars above my head, and the way they work is the more gold bars that you have
Dire's
overhead
middle tower is under attack.
means that you have the potential for nuking for more. So if players take damage during a team fight in an area around me, allies or enemies, then I get the gold bars above my head. And then when I cast this, it does 60 damage per soul above my head, plus a base damage, or 65 per soul, and 20 base damage. And this is a very low cooldown of 4, so if you have the mana pool, you can throw out many of these during a team fight, and it's basically like you're doing a Dagon every single time. So there's a lot of action going bot, so I decided to TP. I do have my bats on the way. Oops. He did, I don't know if he actually ended up dodging that. Popped a Clarity Potion. Absolutely not worth it. That was a huge waste of my damage there. Pretty big mess up. So I could have used that on somebody else. Tried so hard to kill him. Go my little bats. No bats. So I just summoned my bats. And then then the Weaver got the other one. I was really wisely done with him with Invis. I didn't see them coming back. So wasted a lot of stuff. And sucked. Sucked and wasted stuff. I should have a 4th level Soul Assumption. Ooh. I'm so close to getting that kill. It's getting so crazy. But this is literally like every IXDL game that I've played.
Feel nature's wrath.
There's a lot of little positioning mistakes that make such a big difference, basically.
Middle
Like,
tower is under attack.
My life.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
oh god, I got so blocked.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Again, I used my smoke really appropriately. God, I haven't had my bats this whole time because I let them die like an idiot. So bad. I'm gonna be a lot more careful next time when I spawn them, that's for sure. I think this is their ward on the ground actually, so they can definitely see us. I am going for an Urn with my double gauntlet here. I like getting Urn on a lot of support heroes, much more than something like a Bracer. I think there's a lot of items that can be purchased as a support, but usually it's like Wand or a Urn, or you work towards a mech component. Usually the 5 rolls end up picking up things like Fast Arcane Boots. I think the Urn is usually pretty good. Alright, so my Soul Assumption is now maxed out.
Radiant's bottom tower
Should be resummoning my birds any moment when I realize that they're off cooldown. And there we go. Didn't really explain the armor layers yet, but I can do that now. As you take player-based damage, the armor layers get reduced. So basically against creeps, they're very effective. It also protects you against magic as well. But as you level them up, they give you more armor layers, and the armor layers... I'm sorry, the layers are the same at all levels, but the armor per level... Armor and magic resistance per level gets better as you level up, as is the recovery time, so... It just kind of makes him a slightly tanky support hero. He's really weak before that point, but once he gets a couple armor layers, it's pretty good.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So I should be able to finish my Urn now. The Urn gives you, of course, the same HP as a Bracer, and it gives you a little bit of mana regen. And of course, if any enemies die, then it's really useful for doing some offensive damage afterwards, or healing up. Now I can do some jungling here. It's going to be kind of hard to see how I control the birds since I'm on a replay. It doesn't actually show different units selection from a player perspective, but basically I always hotkey my other units to 2, and then I tab through them if I need to use their abilities. So whenever I do a double stomp, I wish I had a TP here, but I did not, unfortunately. Pretty big mistake for me. But whenever I end up doing a double bird stomp, I'll just select the birds, position them, and then I'll tab and tab again. He ended up getting the kill. So now my souls went up to full. That would have done like 65 times, what is it, 6 or 5? Should we? Oh, 6. So that's yeah. I think it's a 400 damage nuke every time your souls are max. Kind of wanted to come in this, but I have to be pretty careful. I thought that was going to do a lot more damage, but it did not. So I'm gonna have to waste another nuke on it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I really should have earned the Templar Assassin during this. That would have been really good. Did he dodge that? I'm not sure if he did or not. He's really close. But yeah, I definitely should have earned him during the song. That would have been really good. I feel like some of my soul assumptions are a bit of wasted targets, but like this game is so crazy. This is like every single game that I played at the start. God, there were 50 kills in 18 minutes. My armor levels are getting pretty good now as well. Got 3 levels, so what, 16 armor additional. Our alchemist is just now finishing his Shadow Blade. It has been a lot of action. If we look at, oh yeah, I know you guys wanted game stats. I forgot to keep those up, but there's the KDs all over the place. It's pretty darn even. The Weaver's doing really well. Slaughter's doing okay. Look at CS totals, I guess. Make sure you guys always pick up a wand. This is a tri-lane support, though. It's so important. You don't necessarily have to finish the wand, but at least get the magic stick. I think this game I end up going for the team's mech, since no one else is really a mech carrier other than maybe Prophet. And I really wanted to kill this Tide. So he didn't really come forward, so I guess we're just going back to jungling. I only have 1 bird right now, so I should probably resummon. If the familiars do die, it's a really long cooldown, so it's pretty important that they don't die if possible. I think somebody was asking for a TP bot. Maybe not, I can't remember. So they end up getting a kill on the bot lane, pretty good. That's what happens when you have a Shadow Blade, and yeah, he's got a Shadow Blade. You just go around and go for kills. The familiars are actually really good for jungling. You can send them to a small camp to grab some easy gold. You won't necessarily be in the EXP area, but that's very nice to grab the extra gold if possible. Some more action going on. I wish I was there, but I'm not. It's mostly just bad positional play for me, basically. I've sat top for approximately a minute or two and not really accomplished a whole lot, so at this point I finally decided, oh, maybe I should show up to the fight. I really didn't want to TP for nothing, though, so this is why I'm wasting so much of my time. The way the bats work, or the familiars work, by the way, is after they attack, they will have what they get reduced damage over time. They have like instances of damage, kind of similar to Gravekeeper's Cloak, just doing a right click, and eventually they will run out and go down to like a very low damage. And once you go into stone form, they get their damage resupplied. So it's usually best to attack a bunch of times, put in stone form, and then attack again, and whatever. And so you can get some damage bursts essentially So it kind of gives Visage this really weird global presence kind of thing, where you can move the bats all over the place, try to make ganks happen. I really should have grave tilled him there. I was misclicking. He saw the alchemist there and he was like, okay, I don't want to be here anymore. I think he maybe could have killed me, but it might have been honestly tough. With this many levels of Gravekeepers now, I would resist a couple of the first hits. And on top of that, I could have stunned with my birds and done quite a bit of right click on top of that. So I'm not sure if he would have been able to kill me there or not, even solo. A TP support would have probably came before I ended up dying anyways. So they're kind of pushing our tier 2 mid. We're not really as organized as they are, at least this early in the game. I think we're not doing a very good job. So I actually send my birds on the way, just in case I need to defend. And I'm also spending my my gold on some items, just in case I die.
Dire's structures are fortified.
So I'm gonna go TP to defend. I really wanted to snipe his courier with my bats. You can do that without too much trouble. And now there's a team fight top, which we ended up ditching him for.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
Killing spree, double kill.
Weaver's so good against killing the bats. It's perfect. A really good hero for it. Those are so good for last sets, like 3 of those. So I've almost got mech completed. I usually like making the buckler first before the headdress, just because the survivability it gives you is way higher. It's basically 7 armor.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And this guy is just like constantly attacking my stuff. It's really annoying.
Dire's top
I ended up
tower
saving one.
has fallen.
We'll see if he goes for it or not. No, he actually ran away. Man, having one bat is like the worst thing ever. This guy's like literally just running around the map as Weaver and like ganking and like attacking people. Just trying to bat farm. This skill build, for example, on the Naga is not really recommended. I really think that you should have at least 1 level of mirror image so that you can get your illusions into position to aggressively Riptide. Usually most people leave their ensnare too and then they max out the mirror image, but in other cases you can do other stuff. And now I'm kind of spending too much time just standing around. We have some wards that are put up, but I could be farming, for example, and I'm not doing that, so.
The formula for perfect health.
Just do a quick resummon here. Get some more troops in the air. So he's actually pretty good at jungling, especially because of his armor being so high and it doesn't get reduced by creep damage, so you can actually tank a lot of damage here. Just kind of rotate through the jungle.
Tower is under attack.
So I'll get a max level of that now.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And I shortly want to finish my mech if possible. I should have done this a lot earlier. I spent way too much time this game running around because I was a little overwhelmed with everything. I'm still pretty new to playing clan style games with like random pubs and stuff. Usually, like when we scrim for 4 Asians plus 1 or whatever, we've got Fluff directing me, so I'm really not that worried because basically he's telling me what to do at all, at most parts of the game, so I don't have to worry as much. But when I'm playing a game like this, I have to make all those decisions myself, and sometimes that can be a little tough. Look at that, guys! I just landed a double bird stun. Got him. So anyways, mech is purchased now. I'll go fly that out to me. I kind of want to go fight bot, but they're in a really bad spot, basically. And I also don't have a TP scroll again, because I'm bad. So I have the mech flying out to me now. Who's that he tried to kill? Oh, he tried to kill Cuddle. He just Sukuchi'd through him. Unfortunately, if I was actually there in time, I could have mech'd him, but I was way not there.
Here I am! Here I am! I'm over here.
A snag in your
God, I really wanted to use Soul Assumption. Just trying really hard. I should probably have Sentry as well, but for some reason I didn't. I think she has a Lincoln's already, which is pretty terrifying. All of a sudden this looks really bad for me. I shouldn't have gone on that, I think. I should have probably right. So, when I juked to the side shop to grab TPs, I probably should have just booked it instead of turning around to fight the Slardar. That was a moderate mistake. Because I died and I got nothing out of it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That's right, guys. Gush the Familiar. I basically just want to try to slow down this push if possible, so...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That's good, they got the Weaver.
Radiant's
Go, little bat.
middle tower is under
Fight,
attack.
bat. It's the best part, even if you die on Visage, guys, you still have something to do.
You came to trust your secrets.
So great.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Another really good thing about the Bass is it's really easy to de-ward with them. Once you get like a sentry on yourself or a gem, they can scout high ground and they can just ping away on it until it dies, basically. Even though they're doing very little damage per hit. It's really nice.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
And now I've almost got Grave Chill maxed out because we've been in so many fights. Duration is very good. The best hero to cast this on is honestly probably Slardar. It's okay on Weaver as well because it reduces attack speed. But reducing the movement speed of a melee hero and its attack speed is really nice. Kind of surprised my Skype has not beeped at me this whole time. So back into the jungle. Once I hit 16 as well, my familiars get really strong. By the way, if you don't want to go this skill build, or this item build, excuse me, Arcane Boots is not necessarily needed, but it's really nice because you end up casting a lot with Soul Assumption. But if I went a build where I didn't get Arcane Boots, at the least I would probably get an Urn for the mana regen. And I've seen some Visages go Treads instead, which is pretty nice for the attack speed. But, oh, I'm sorry, either Urn or Medallion actually. Medallion build is pretty popular. You can do Medallion into an Aghanim Scepter. That's pretty popular in the pro scene, especially because a lot of offlane heroes are grabbing mechs nowadays. And sometimes the Nature's Prophet. Not as much now as they have in the past, but basically, you can skip mech if somebody else gets it. If you don't want to get an Urn, you get a Medallion. And building an Aghanims is usually pretty good because pro level player bat control is really awesome. Much different than what I'm doing. So now we're kind of running around. We can go for a push. I think we're stronger at this point, despite the graphs. I don't know what the graphs look like, but graphs are pretty darn equal. They do have a Tidehunter, but other than the Tidehunter, they don't have very good teamfight heroes. And we have like Alchemist, we have Naga Siren, and myself as well on the Visage. So Visage, Naga Siren, and Alchemist gives us a little bit better options, I think.
For me?
So that was unfortunate. It's right, Nature's Prophet ulti, it wasn't up. He said he was on cooldown later, but he was right. He didn't have TP or ulti there. Storm Spear now kills Naga. Ugh. I don't know why the Naga was the high ground by the Ancients. I think that was a mistake. I think she was trying to ward or something like that. So back to jungling for me. Other items that I can pick up, I could get a Ghost Scepter. That would keep me survivable against the Weaver, because in case he ever right-clicks me and I'm positioned away from my allies, I can just become invincible for 4 seconds. It's
Dire's
pretty useful.
middle tower is
I could
under
get a
attack.
Force Staff if I want extra micro. That's kind of fun sometimes. Lucky for us, we got the Storm for free.
To the bottom I go. Death comes to all.
So we basically got 3 heroes for free. We did very little to get them. We did lose the BKB on the TA. He thought that they were going to Ravage. I think I bought a Force Staff
Radiant's
instead of
middle
a
tower is under attack.
Ghost Scepter. Yeah, we can now go high ground.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower.
It's a tied TP.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Actually cancelled.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Sorry.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Go into the light.
Hit him with everything you got.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Honestly, just hitting the Weaver with a Soul Assumption at the start of the fight to break his Lincolns is probably our best way to deal with it. It's a pretty big stun.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Just had a bug on me.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Centaur's making a big difference. I didn't really buy any support items this game other than like mech and urn and stuff. I didn't buy like wards or things, but I probably should have helped a bit more, but most of the time people don't ask. That's obviously still my responsibility, but like picking a mech on and things like that is obviously also very helpful. But basically shit gets really crazy. Like I can't even really track what's going on while I'm sitting here watching most of the time. I'm like trying to see what I'm doing, but it's tough. It's very tough.
Gracious be.
Still wish I had my Force Staff. I could have grabbed it with the courier, I guess, but I didn't bother. I think we decided to back here. And then maybe come back to fight? Can't remember exactly. So I'm just kind of keeping the bats around. Oh, he got messed up.
I bring sand.
That's one of my bats too.
You're dead. Now over here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Slowly worked him down. Should have started casting a lot earlier.
Your vital thread is broken.
If I would have started TPing as soon as he was right-clicking me, I think I could have survived, maybe.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Hey, at least my bats got out, guys. And this is where I stopped watching my bats. Most sad. It's like, no, my bats. I did just hit 16 though, so I guess if I resummon them, they'll be stronger anyways.
Attack.
Oh yeah, that's right, he chased them so far. Watch, look at the map. I didn't even realize. He legitimately chased that far just to kill my bats. I was like, what? Are you serious? This guy got a lot of back gold this game though. So we have an AC Shadow Blade with a Ogre Club on our Alchemist.
Double damage.
These horses, man. Can sell my wand and I have a Ghost Scepter now. So in the future, like what happened there where I was completely secluded and the Weaver's wailing on me, I had no options basically. Once your mech is down, then you just have time. So having 4 staff as well as a Ghost Scepter is pretty good now. Disconnect. Ain't nobody got time for that. So we'll continue pushing, I guess. I think Rashawn might be up. I don't remember exactly. Such a big juicy wave, guys. Bats are actually really good. At level 3 they do 140 magic damage in an AoE, isn't that crazy? So that's like a 200, it's like a 280 magic AoE nuke, and it stuns. It's like, it's so good. That's why it makes sense to get Aghanims, because it just gives you more stun duration. You can AoE stun for like 3 seconds, and they right click for a lot more damage, you can farm faster.
Illusion.
It's really useful as a support here to have all that.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
So we'll go push this now. Creep, standing around. Dude, I'm so tired right now. I think staying up till 5 AM was a mistake. I don't know. Might have been a mistake.
Bottom is missing. I do not care to see that dark gray place again.
So the push comes, Nature probably gets picked off top, but he can just buy back so we can push in now. Those are really weird orchid. So we got Tidehunter. I think I lost a bat somewhere.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Oh no, I do have both. Cool. Probably should have bought a gem like 25 minutes ago. But we still didn't have a gem. That's a lot on me, actually. I think buying a gem a lot earlier, especially against a Weaver. I'm pretty survivable at this point. If I just picked one up, it could have been really useful. There's like all these observers everywhere for them.
My gills run dry.
And while we're off chasing a Weaver, one of their guys kills
Radiant's
us.
middle tower is under attack.
Thanks.
Plus I have like 3,000 gold, so I mean, Should probably have a gem at this point. I think I decided to go for an items. I played like a little too greedy here. I think I was playing fine, but my item choices could have secured the victory a lot earlier. If we just got a gem and shut down the Weaver like twice in a team fight, then there's not really a whole lot else that they can do to us. So Aghanim Scepter next. I'm just going to cover the Alchemist until he's ready to push, I guess. I feel like I spent way too much time not thinking for myself. Just like watching the replay, I just ran around in circles so much. When I could have just been pushing instead.
Over here now.
Might die, guys. Oh, that's why I died. Okay. I took Orca damage there at the end, and I actually turned on my Ghost Scepter, which meant that I took extra Orca damage. I took like a 500 damage nuke there by popping my Ghost Scepter. My Birdstones were good, but then I died. So I just died and delayed the push, so I think it's time that we accelerate this a little bit. Other things are happening and moving my birds around. Isn't it fun, guys? Where's my throw? Oh yeah, someone else died top.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Where's the party?
Of course, Stormspirit will leave. So basically, I died one way, and then somebody went to the top and died. Oh, the Nature's Prophet died like the same way that I did, basically. I'm gonna go push the lane a little bit. Who's that up there? Is that Weaver? What's going on? Why is Weaver there? Get a little faster, slow Grave Chill creep. And then I'm like, I found a Weaver, guys.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I was like, hey, attack me. So we got the tower.
Tower has fallen.
The shuttle flies.
Radiant's top tower.
I get him some 300 gold, then I get 3 awesome bats at level 16. Weaver again is backdooring us, it's just so weird. She got caught by the Ravage. He died anyways though.
Over here now. Whoa, what'd I miss?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So they did get the Storm Spirit eventually. I at least made it a pain in the ass for him to kill me.
Ancient is under attack.
Got the gem here. And of course, I can use the birds again.
Radiant's ancient
Go birds,
is
go.
under attack. Radiant's ancient is under attack.
See you guys, I bought my Aghanim's. Got it. So, pretty crazy game. That's Visage. Cast a lot, get utility items, try not to die. Buy a gem. Don't be like me. Get a gem so you can see the Weaver, and then you can actually deal with him better. Like, when he's Sakuchiing around, it makes it so much harder to click on him constantly, so... if we just would have gotten a gem, it would have made it much easier, and I probably wouldn't have died so many times. I also made tons of tri-lane mistakes. I got out of position constantly, especially before boots. So there's a lot of improvements for me to be made. But I'm learning a lot from playing super hyper-aggressive tri-lane versus tri-lane situations, because you don't get to play those very much in regular pubs. So everybody like learns how to play the hero, but never really like teamworking and individual playing against each other. And there it is. Aghanim Scepter picked it up. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. That was a Visage gameplay. I know I haven't made a video of Visage in a very long time, but I'm sure I'll be playing them a lot more, and I'm sure you'll see a lot more in-house or IXDL matches coming up soon, so I hope you guys enjoy those, and I'll see you guys later.